the grand theater of global military power, few nations command as much historical and contemporary significance as Russia and the United Kingdom. One, a sprawling Eurasian giant with a formidable legacy of military might. The other, a historic maritime power with a technologically advanced and globally deployed force. Today, we delve into a detailed comparison of their military strengths in the modern era. Let's begin with the backbone of any army: its personnel. Russia boasts one of the largest active military forces in the world, with approximately 1.3 million soldiers on active duty and a vast reserve pool of around 2 million. In contrast, the United Kingdom's armed forces are smaller and more specialized, comprising roughly 180,000 active personnel and about 70,000 in reserve. This stark difference in numbers reflects their differing strategic doctrines: Russia's focus on large-scale continental defense and the UK's emphasis on a highly professional, expeditionary force. On the ground, the disparity in equipment is staggering. Russia's land army is a behemoth, fielding an estimated 14,700 tanks and over 160,000 armored vehicles. The United Kingdom, by comparison, maintains a fleet of around 213 main battle tanks and approximately 27,000 armored vehicles. However, the story isn't just about numbers. The UK is investing heavily in cutting-edge technology. The new Challenger 3 tank, for instance, is designed with superior armament, protection, and mobility, intended to outmatch Russia's modernized T-9OM and T-8OBVM tanks on the battlefield. In the skies, Russia's quantitative advantage continues. The Russian Air Force is the second largest in the world, with a fleet of over 4,200 aircraft, including more than 800 fighter jets and 1,500 helicopters. The UK's Royal Air Force, while ranked 15th globally, focuses on state-of-the-art multi-role aircraft like the Eurofighter Typhoon and the F-35. Lightning II, while smaller, with around 700 total aircraft, the ROV's technological sophistication and pilot training are considered top-tier. At sea, the dynamic shifts. The United Kingdom's Royal Navy, a cornerstone of its global power projection, operates two of the world's most advanced aircraft carriers, the HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales. This gives the UK a significant advantage in carrier strike capability. Russia's navy, though larger, with approximately 420 ships to the UK's 80, has only one aging aircraft carrier. However, Russia maintains a powerful submarine fleet, a critical component of its naval strategy. But modern warfare extends beyond conventional domains. Let's explore the shadowy realms of special forces and cyber warfare, and the critical backbone of any military operation: logistics. When it comes to elite special forces, both nations possess some of the world's most formidable units. The UK's Special Air Service, SAS, and Special Boat Service, SBS, are legendary, renowned for their rigorous selection process, surgical precision, and expertise in counter-terrorism and covert reconnaissance. They represent the scalpel of British military power. On the other side, Russia's Spetsnaz are famed for their brutal effectiveness and versatility, operating in direct action, sabotage, and intelligence-gathering roles, while UK Special Forces emphasize adaptability in small, independent units. The Spetsnaz are often more directly integrated into broader military operations, acting as a hammer for strategic objectives. The 21st century battlefield is also digital. Here, Russia has demonstrated a highly aggressive and capable posture. Intelligence units like the FSB and GRU have been linked to widespread cyber campaigns, targeting everything from political institutions to critical national infrastructure in the UK and allied nations. Their goal is often disruption, espionage, and sowing discord. In response, the United Kingdom has established its own potent national cyber force, a partnership between the Ministry of Defense and GCHQ. This force is capable of conducting offensive cyber operations and works in close concert with allies, particularly the United States, to deter and retaliate against digital threats, creating a tense and perpetual conflict in the shadows of cyberspace. Finally, none of this is possible without logistics. Russia's vast geography dictates its logistical strategy, which relies on an immense network of railways and roadways to move troops and supplies across a continent. This gives it a significant advantage in any conflict on or near its borders. The United Kingdom's logistical chain is built for a different purpose, supporting a global expeditionary force. It relies on strategic air and sea lift capabilities to project power far from home, often depending on its NATO alliances and overseas bases to sustain long-term operations. In conclusion, this expanded comparison reinforces the narrative of quantity versus quality, but adds layers of complexity. Russia's military is defined by its immense scale in personnel, conventional hardware, and continental logistics. The United Kingdom, while smaller, fields a technologically advanced, well-trained, and strategically agile force, with world-class special forces and a powerful navy. The inclusion of the cyber domain reveals a constant, simmering conflict, while the UK's position within the NATO alliance provides a collective defense capability that significantly alters the strategic balance. The question of which is stronger is not just about counting tanks and soldiers, but about understanding doctrines, alliances, and the multifaceted nature of modern warfare.